Hey everyone, Carl G. Larson here, and in this video we're going to give you an overview of the 27-day Body Blitz program and how it can transform your life in the different stages and phases of the program and how it can serve you to give you the launch pad you need to go to a new level in your life and give you the energy and vitality that's required to do that. Here we go. It's so amazing what happens when you start to give your body the stuff that it needs. I used the analogy a little bit ago about how your body is literally like your rocket ship and it's sitting on the launch pad and it's ready to go. But it's never going to get off that launch pad or launch if we don't fuel it with the right stuff. And that fuel makes a huge difference to how high, how far, how fast that rocket ship can go. And if you want to get to the upper echelons of the atmosphere and really make a huge impact, then we got to put the right stuff in. And the crazy thing is, it's not rocket science in terms of the fuel that needs to go into the rocket ship, which almost sounds contradictory, but it's not. It's actually really simple, but there's definitely things that you need to do and things that you should stop doing and things that you should do on a daily basis to help fuel that rocket ship and really get it rolling. And, you know, I think a lot of times people really wonder, well, you know, Carl, I mean, you're so fit right now. You have so much energy. Like, what do you know about not having energy or being overweight or needing to lose 50 pounds or, you know, all these things that people are trying to accomplish? And I'll tell you what, the reason I'm standing here today talking to you is because I've been in that position before. And really for me, it started, I'd always been an athlete my entire life. And I loved it. I love the competition. I love the camaraderie. I love the connections and the teamwork that you'd have. And it really helped me shine when I was younger in middle school, high school, and even a little bit past high school when I was very competitive in athletics. And every team I was on, for some reason, I had this drive to work harder than everyone else, really take a leadership role. And I was captain of the majority of teams that I played on because I really loved to just get people together and try and form bonds and connection and work together as a team to reach higher and higher levels. And so it really served me in those areas. But with that gift and with that, you know, that drive, you know, that can also, sometimes they say your greatest strength is also your greatest weakness. So what happened was I got done playing high school hockey. I wanted to go to college, but before I was going to do that, I really wanted to play junior hockey and try and get a Division I scholarship by playing a few years of juniors, get looked at by a team, get signed onto their college, and pay for my school, essentially, is what I want to do, is so it would be paid for. And I was my first year into junior hockey, my first like 3-4 months, and it was amazing, but so frustrating. It was amazing that I was there and I made the team and I was practicing every day and I was working hard. And with my work ethic, I always work hard. That's probably one of my number one assets, is I work hard. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. It doesn't matter where I'm at or who I'm with. I'm always the hardest worker in the room. And I don't really have a second, third, fourth, or fifth gear for that matter. I have a first gear and a sixth gear. And so with that, I was working so hard my first year juniors, and I wasn't playing and getting the ice time that I thought I wanted, that I really wanted. And I went to the coach. I'm like, Coach, you can see me working harder than everyone on the ice. You can see me making plays. You can see me staying late in the weight room. I'm doing more work than anyone here. Like, why am I not playing? And he looked me square in the eyes and was like, Carl, you're fat. You're overweight. I'm afraid if you carry the puck up, because I was a defenseman, you're going to get stuck in the play and not be able to get back. And that, like, boom, just hit me. I never heard that before. And I was so depressed after that. Like, really? I'm fat? Like, what? No one's ever said that. No one's ever told me that. And you're going to sit here and tell me? My first thought was like, F you, buddy, right? My natural competitiveness, not probably the most developed way to handle it, but I didn't say that, luckily. I just kind of bit my lip. But then the second thought was, I don't know, maybe he's right. Maybe I am fat. Maybe I need to lose some weight. What can I do to do that? I'm just going to do it because I want to play and he's my coach and he determined to play, so I'm just going to do what he tells me to do. So I did, and I went and I studied books and magazines and diets, and I applied everything in my life, and I'd try something and see what worked, see what didn't work, and keep what worked. Then I'd try something else, see what worked, see what didn't work, keep what worked. And I did this for years. 7 years. It was like an obsession through my junior career and even in my college career, through college sports and just college in general. But the problem was, I'm so obsessed with working hard, I'm so obsessed with just getting results, is it developed a little further into eating disorder which, I all of a sudden I realized what was happening, and I was afraid people were going to judge me for what had happened, and I was shameful of it and felt guilty all the time. I was a bulimic, and I had all of these. I would eat so much, and then I would purge it all up, and I'd eat so much, and I'd go 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 weeks of eating perfect because I knew what to do, and then all of a sudden my mental space would get all messed up, and I'd have a eating disorder episode. And then after that was done, I'd get back on track and I'd be like, "No, I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to go be perfect for 2 weeks, 3 weeks." And it was this constant flux, constant doing really well, have a breakdown, do really well, have a breakdown for 7 years. And I developed so much secrecy around it, and so much, I don't know, what's the word? So much secrecy, so much shame, so much guilt, until finally, inadvertently, it came out in a group of my friends on a one weekend. And I was so embarrassed and so felt stabbed in the back by how it all unfolded, that I immediately built these walls up. These walls of no one. I was hurt so bad in that situation by the people that I was closest with, that I didn't want anyone else to hurt me. So I built these walls up, and really was like, kept everyone at arm's length. I'd be buddies and I'd be cool, I'd be hanging out, but you never get inside that. And that was a whole separate issue that evolved from actually the eating. And so these struggles in my body image and all of these things were happening over the years, and it didn't really come to a conclusion, or I didn't really come to peace with the whole situation until I got my mind right. And I started to learn about letting go. I started to learn about what your mindset needs to be, and how do you forgive and forget, and how do you move forward even when bad stuff happens to you, or bad stuff is created in your life. And it was a struggle, and it took years and years, and so many books, and so many counseling and everything. But when I finally broke through, it was like 1,000 pounds were lifted off my back, and so much emotion came flying out when I was sitting there writing a letter to myself, from myself to myself, forgiving myself for everything that I had done and everything that I felt bad about. And I couldn't even finish the letter. I got the first line done, and I was just bawling, because I was so much emotion in for so many years of that experience. I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about it, because it's still, it's a situation that was created in my life that I'll never forget. But I'm standing here today talking to you about how to take your body to a whole nother level, because I've been at my lowest point ever, depressed, feeling like, is it really worth it? No one cares about me. Nothing is flowing in my life. I hate it. And really having some really negative thoughts, and doing some really big, deep questioning about, is it worth sticking around? I mean, seriously. And so I've been at that low, and so I've built my way back up by working on my mind, implementing the strategies that I know work from all my experience, and all the different diets and nutrition, and what foods have the effect in your body, and how do you eat around your workouts, and how do you work out, all of this stuff. And I'm standing here today because I'm sharing with you what I've learned over the last now almost decade of information and experience in my life, and how I've taken my body literally to a level I'd never even dreamed of back then. I mean, I'm in 10 times better shape now than I was when I was a college athlete, working out 4 to 5 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. And I'm a lot more modest now with my workouts, but very strategic in my nutrition, and my energy is through the roof. I mean, I literally pop out of bed every morning ready to go. That's how much energy I have, and I can go all day long, all night long, and literally almost don't have to sleep, because I've learned some things about your mindset, and state training, and nutrition, and exercise, and wrapping it all together, and taking it every moment of every day and applying it to your life. And that's what we're going to go over and teach you in the 27-day Body Blitz overview, and give you the foundation over these next 27 days of how to make it happen for you. Because I've made it happen for me, and one of my philosophies and personal beliefs is what one can do, another can do. Because if someone can figure it out, right, they figured out what was happening for them and how to make it work, and now it's just like taking that situation and applying it to your life, and using the same principles in your specific situation, and how to make that work for you. So we're going to teach you the principles, the foundation, the guidelines of how to go about transforming your body, your energy, your mindset, your spirit, and then you being able to take that and applying it specifically in your life. So with that, guys, let's get into the overview of what's all included in the 27-day Body Blitz, because it's unbelievable and it will change everything for you if you take the time and follow it and day in and day out, apply what we teach, and really have a goal and intention and get after it. So here we go. Okay, here we go. The 27-day Body Blitz overview. And one other thing I thought of before we get into the specifics and the details, guys, is I wanted to show you, I know I just told you my story about kind of my struggle and the years of frustration and all of that, but I wanted to show you physically what actually happened to me and what it looks like. So here we go. Here is the picture, my before and after picture. And I just got to say, disclaimer, my before picture, I took it like 2010 or something, way back when, and I think we took it on a really crappy camera because at the time I was just out of college. I was just broker than a joke. I had no money, and so I didn't really have a lot of nice things, and I think my camera was one of those super cheap like rent-a-cameras or something, and anyways, that's why the picture is so blurry and brutal. But later, my after picture was at the gym. And anyways, this is what happened to me. My before picture, I was a collegiate athlete. I was working out 4 to 5 hours a day, about 5 to 6 times a week. And you would think with that much effort, you would be like a physical specimen. And I was far from, you could see, I was very average, very just like, blah. And, when I adapted what we're going to teach you in these 27 days, when I started using these principles and put it into my nutrition and in the gym, that's what happened. And it happened really fast and way faster than I thought it would. And I've never looked back. I've actually just improved and improved and improved ever since. And it's unbelievable what your body is capable of when you give it the right stuff and fuel it the way it should be fueled. So anyways, guys, there's just some visuals of what happened to me when I applied all the stuff that we're going to go over in the 27-day Body Blitz. So moving on, let's talk about what is in the 27-day Body Blitz. There are actually 5 phases, and let me lay them out for you right now. The first phase is the phase 1. It's actually laying the foundation, and that is the nutritional philosophies that you really need to just repeat over and over and over again. And they're not super complex, guys, but the magic happens in the consistency of application. So phase 1 is teaching you what the basics are and really getting that foundation laid so you have like your feet in the sand per se, like you're ready, you're in an athletic stance, you're ready to just launch. It really does teach you how to give your body the things that it needs, and the timing and what to eat and how to eat, when to eat, all that stuff is wrapped into phase number 1. And then we move on to phase number 2. So our goal with phase 1 is to review and learn and be a student of all of the material and all the videos that are going to be released and really apply it in your life and complete phase 1. It's 5 days long, and so we want you to start it and complete it in succession and like complete it. So you did what we were supposed to do, and that's like a victory. It's like a win. So when you build up wins in your life, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel taller. It makes you feel stronger. It makes you kind of walk around a little more swag, a little more confidence, because you're doing what you know you should do to be where you were at. So it's encouraging. And so phase 2 is a natural extension of that, where we just continue the momentum that was built up in phase 1, and we continue it into phase 2, and we go a little bit deeper in the exercise, a little bit deeper in the nutrition, a little bit deeper in the mindset to really keep pushing forward and continuing the momentum. Now phase 2, another 5 days. So now we have 1 win after 5 days, phase 1, another win after phase 2, and you're 10 days in, building up tons of momentum, and you're feeling good. And literally, guys, it doesn't take a bunch of days to really kind of get a system down, get a schedule down, and when you have that down, things flow. You just got to stick to it. And what happens with a lot of people, though, is when they get in a groove, okay? So we do phase 1, we do phase 2, we build up 10 days worth of effort, 10 days worth of work, 10 days worth of following the plan, and you get in a groove, okay? So natural grooves are great because it's like habitual, it's security. It really allows you to just, stay in that groove because we're just habitual creatures. We like to do things that we over and over again, right? That we're comfortable with.
Now, the opposite side of that, the dangerous side of that, is if you do that for too long, then you become stagnant. And wherever you got to, you're going to stay there because you're not moving forward. You're not pushing to new levels. And that's the theme of phase number 3, is to be able to take the momentum you built up and push it even more and push it even more and really basically push yourself to a place you've never been before. Most people have not stacked 15 days on top of each other where they're eating just right, working out the way they should, and staying hydrated and working on their mind. You do that for 15 days, it is unbelievable what will happen in your life. And again, you guys saw my picture. I'm speaking from experience. This is what happened to me. My energy went through the roof. My physical body just completely changed. And it can happen for you too if you follow through. So phase 3, push to new levels after you got the momentum build up. That rolls into, phase 4, which is setting a new standard. So you built the foundation, you pushed it with more momentum, you went to new levels, and now the trick is to set a new standard. So let me use an analogy really quick, guys. In your living room, let's say, right, or in our house in general, we have a thermometer, and it's usually on the wall, and that thing is electronically programmed and hooked up to your furnace and your air conditioner. So the thermometer takes the temperature of the room, and let's say your room is at 65 degrees, but it's winter out, and you want the room to be at 68 degrees, so you set the thermometer to 68. Now, it takes a reading, it's at 65, it needs to be at 68, so what does it do? It kicks on the heater and brings the temperature of the room up to 68 degrees, right? Likewise, if you wanted to cool the room off, you would turn the dial down on the thermometer and the thermostat, and then the AC would kick on and pump hot or cold air into the room, and then the temperature would lower. Now, the dial on the thermostat on your wall, right, that sets the temperature of the room. Now, if you take that example and you correlate it with your physical results and the results you pursue in life and your wellness, when you're dialing the thermostat, it's almost like you're dialing the new standard, your expectations of yourself. Now, for example, if you weigh 200 pounds and you've always weighed 200 pounds and you are comfortable at 200 pounds, then you're going to stay at 200 pounds because that's what you know and that's what you like and that's where you feel good at. But what if you've always weighed 160 pounds in your life, and then for some crazy reason, something happened in your life that it triggered maybe a mental breakdown or something where you started to eat, and eating was your coping method, and so you eat to cope, but in the process you put on 40 pounds, so now you're at 200. So your coping method is to eat. So you eat to really deal with it. And so now you put on 40 pounds and you've always been at 160 and now you weigh 200 pounds and you're so uncomfortable. You're so tired. You're so unhappy. What are you going to do? Right? You're going to be like, you know what? Enough is enough. You're going to draw a line in the sand. You're going to step over it forever, never go back because you know what it feels like and you don't like it. And you're going to get back down to 160. You know what it feels like to be at 160 and you know what it takes. So then you go start doing the work and you start losing weight and you bring yourself back down to 160 because that is your standard. That is what you expect of yourself. That is the thermostat adjusting the dial, right? So what the hard part with that for a lot of people is sometimes they want to set the standard at a place they've never been before. And so what we're doing through phases 1 through 4 is we're helping you create a system and methodologies to get you to a place you've never been before. And before you mentally know what's going on, and before you mentally are like, oh my God, like this is uncomfortable. I've never been here before. This is weird. And subconsciously you start to self-sabotage. We're going to set a new standard. We're going to rewrite where your expectations are held of yourself. And it's going to be at that new level. Wherever that level is for you. It doesn't matter. It could be 20 pounds less. It could be 50 pounds less. It could be putting on muscle or whatever. But we're going to set a new standard with a new you, and that is your going forward is what you're going to live at and what you're going to expect of yourself. So if you ever deviate from that place, you know how to get back there because you have the skills and the strategies to do it. So that's phase 4, set a new standard. Phase 5, guys, is to learn how to complete and evolve. So learning how to complete something is a lost art. I'm telling you right now in America, so many people and across the world, we don't complete things. We're so distracted by social media and by TV and by commercials and all these things and other people's issues and problems. All these things, we never really commit to things and complete them, right? We never set goals and complete them. And so learning how to do that and sticking to what you said you were going to do and doing it is a skill. It's like a muscle you develop. And when you learn how to do that and complete what you said you were going to do, it makes you stronger and it makes you expand, and that allows you to reach for levels that were previously not even possible because you have a new standard, you know how to complete it, and you've got momentum going. So learning how to complete something like this 27-day Body Blitz, finishing it with strength, finishing it with momentum, and evolving into a new you at the end of it, that's phase 5. So it's really strategically laid out to build you, to lay the foundation, to keep it going, to build you up, to set a new standard of yourself, and to learn how to finish things and to evolve even further. So with these things, guys, it's crazy what the process is going to be in terms of how much you're going to get out of it, how much you're going to learn, and how fun it's going to be to experience new things for yourself and feel new energy levels and really be able to take that and invest it into your own personal life for achievement, but also take that energy and invest it into other people, the people that you love. So that's the outline of the program, which I'm so excited about. And really, guys, each phase of the program includes goal setting and mindset training. So again, we're going to teach you how to reset and set goals each phase. So you're setting them, focusing on them, hitting them, and you're building yourself up to complete the entire program. Remember what I just talked about, the art of learning how to complete things. And also your mindset training. What are you focusing on? What are you bringing into your life with your thoughts and your mindset, and how is that affecting what you do in your nutrition and what you do in your fitness and your exercise? So that's a big piece of the puzzle too that cannot be overstepped. Got to take care of the mind and set goals. You're also going to get workout plans every phase, guys. You're going to get workout plans of exactly what to do and how to do it. And the workouts are you're not going to require any weight, any equipment, minimal amount of time. So really it's designed for the person, if you've ever found yourself busy, or have you ever felt just like there's not enough time in the day to get things done, or have you ever felt like you haven't been able to eat healthy because you're just running around all day long with your head cut off because you have so many obligations and responsibilities at work and at home and to your spouse and to your children and in your social settings at church and your friends. I mean, there's just so many things that can go on that sometimes the workouts get set aside per se. And I'm going to show you a way to challenge your body without any weights, without any equipment, and with minimal amount of time. And so you're going to get those plans involved in the 27-day Body Blitz overview. You're also going to get nutritional plans and programs, right? I'm going to teach you how to develop and customize the perfect nutrition plan for yourself in your given situation. If you and I were sitting down face to face and we hash it out for an hour, and you could tell me exactly what you do and what your schedule's like and what your obligations are and what foods you like and don't like, I would be able to customize personally a nutrition plan for you. Now, with so many people getting involved in the 27-day Body Blitz, that I can't physically do that with everyone. So I'm going to teach you the skills and how to do that for yourself. So then moving forward, you always have the ability to day by day write your nutrition plan, week by week, month by month, write the plans up for yourself so you know how to do it. And all you have to do is execute on what I teach you, and you'll be set and ready to rock and roll. And that will really, remember the rocket fuel, that will give your body the rocket fuel you need to launch into new levels of your life, right? And there's also some things I want to give you guys with this whole 27-day Body Blitz that I've never released before that you're going to get with it that's going to be unbelievable. So, what are some of the bonuses that you get just for being part of our community and really investing in yourself and moving forward in your life? Here you go. Bonus number 1, I'm going to give you guys some approved foods of what to eat, right? Lists of foods that are approved for the 27-day Body Blitz and approved for your life in general, right? They're going to be great reference points. A lot of times people are like, okay, well, Carl, I understand I need to eat fruits and vegetables and eat this type of food, but what do I actually pick? When it comes down to the actual selection of the food, it's almost overwhelming because there's so many choices. So these approved food lists is going to be a very great reference point for you to start from, to be able to be like, okay, I can use the first 10 things on this list because I like them all to start with. And as you get into it deeper, you'll start to have a better understanding of what you really like and what you can lean on, and then how other things that you can use to spice it up so it's not redundant and mundane, right? So the approved food list is huge. The second thing I'm going to give you is I'm going to give you my exact numbers for nutrition and exercise over the 27 days. So I don't just come up with programs and talk about things and teach you guys things that I've never done. Everything I talk about and I teach you, I've done. And so a lot of times it's helpful to look at another person's experience and compare it to your own and make comparisons, and maybe I'm off here, and look at what they did here, and look at what the kind of snacks they made, and how do they schedule their workouts around their work, and all these different things. And I'm going to give you exactly what I did. I'm going to give you my exact numbers for nutrition and exercise. I'm going to give you my the log for that. I'm going to give you all of the backdoor private information I've never released before, because I want to help you in your process of changing your life and building up your body. That has been uber helpful for me when I've done other programs, is I've used the reference sheets that they've gave me, or even when I've, like my fitness coach right now at my CrossFit gym, he's done certain things in his life CrossFit wise, and I compare what I'm doing to what he did, and it really helps. So him sharing that with me helps big time. So I hope this helps for you too. And the third thing I'm going to give you guys my secret weapon for mindset training. Again, everything starts in your mind, your head, your behavior, your attitude, your actions. It all starts up in your noggin, in your grape. And so it's really important to get that thing squared away, because you could go through the 27-day Body Blitz. You could learn all the information. You could do everything I tell you to do. And for full transparency, guys, it could not work, because you have some mental blocks that are blocking you from actually applying and following through with what I teach you. So I'm going to give you guys some secret weapons that I use, some apps that I use, and processes that I use to keep my mind positive and keep it forward moving and grateful and loving, and really just encompassing that feeling all day long, and how that helps me throughout. So that'll be a big part of it too, guys. I'm going to share with you all of that inside the 27-day Body Blitz. So all of that comes with it, guys. I hope this excites you. I'm so pumped and excited for this program and what it can do for you if you choose to use it. If you have questions, obviously shoot over an email to support@carlglarson.com. That's Carl with a K, Larson with an E-N, and we can help you in any way we possibly can. But if I was sitting in your shoes and I was thinking about a goal, whether that be weight loss, weight gain, weight management, training for an event, whatever that may be, I was thinking about a goal, and I really wanted to start accomplishing those goals, I would do this program to learn the skills and strategies to get you to the place that you want to be. That's the sole purpose of this program, is to help you guys move forward in your life and really give you guys 10 times more than what you pay for. And that's my plan, and that's what I'm going to deliver. So again, if you got any questions, shoot us an email at support@carlglarson.com. But with that, guys, love you, and we'll talk to you soon.